Howdy doody, I'm the Howl15. Today I'm joined with everybody. Well, except for Vin and Rogue. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, everybody.
I am
Ah, you're good.
I am Jacoby Jones, 1021.
Gamer.
Stargamer!
Okay, that scared me for a minute. I was unable to log into Fortnite.
That would scare me too.
Because it kept
Oh,
saying
by
my
the way,
Epic
guys,
Games could not be
drops
found.
are currently enabled for Minecraft. So if you get on and watch my stream right now, you'll get something for Minecraft. Also, drops are enabled currently for all Overwatch 2.
And Schizophrenia Gaming. Sorry, I was playing Hades, so I wasn't able to get my intro in.
You're fine. But, yeah, drops are
But I'm
enabled
here
right now
too.
for all Overwatch 2 streams on Twitch, with the highest of the drops being at 9 hours of view time, you can get a skin for Symmetra. I already have it.
Damn it.
I've sat in Rogue's stream for a total of 4 hours, and then the other 5 hours I just actually watched, Overwatch 2 streams throughout the day. But yeah, so, that being said, let's get ourselves started off with a discussion question. This one's gonna hit close to home for some, and fly over a lot of other people's heads. But, I'm excited for it, and I think it's an amazing question. What is your favorite horror/scary story? What is the scary story that you tell every time you're gathered around a campfire with your friends and family? Or what is the scariest story you've ever been told gathered around a campfire with friends or family? So, first up, Angel.
I really don't do scary stories, because that's just the kind of not how my family's ever been. But the scariest thing I've ever been in, like experienced, was meeting your mother the first time. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know, I really got nothing for this one. So yeah, I don't really do too many scary stories.
Okay. Star Gamer.
I'll probably end up having to pass on this one, sadly, since I haven't really heard a whole lot of scary.
Wow, y'all's families suck.
Hey, you shut up. My family's fine.
Alright, Jacoby, you're up, man.
I will annihilate you.
I'd have to say scary story. Let me think here.
It's a tough one, because there's a lot of good ones out there. Scary stories are weird because the scarier ones are the ones that have, actually happened to people that... I've been with friends of my family who, they'll tell a scary story, and you look at them, in their face, yeah, they actually experienced this. This isn't something they read on Google. This man's been through some crap.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I mean, it can be, even, a movie scary a plot of a movie. Just a scary story. I feel like Angel's the type of whippersnapper who's been face to face with the Hat Man.
Bray.
Huh?
Is it Bray?
I don't know, man. I feel like you just munch on Benadryl all day long.
Maybe.
That's why we don't see you ever.
Or
I can't
maybe
think
it's
of any.
because
Yeah.
I have a scary experience.
Well, go ahead and tell that.
So here recently, it was like 2 a.m. and I was laying down. It was right after a stream. I was almost asleep and I just heard a baby crying.
Oh, hell no.
And I thought maybe it was my little niece, but no, she was fast asleep in my sister's room. Everyone else was asleep. And I just, like, every, like, 10, 20 minutes, I just heard a baby crying for a good hour.
Yeah.
Wee.
And for like full context here, Jacoby's window doesn't have a screen, so it's not like he had his like window open. Like it, if he's hearing it, it's physically in his apartment.
No, bro, it was like somebody was stabbing an infant type cry.
Like a shrieking.
Yeah, like a shrill, like, in pain cry.
Yeah.
I haven't
I've
even
heard-
told anyone here that because I don't want to freak them out.
Yeah. Was that before or after I came over?
That was after. That was a couple days ago, bro.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if that was before
Yeah.
I came over, why didn't you tell me, man?
Because I wanted it to happen while you were over here.
You wanted me to like wake up in the middle of the night, hear it, you're fast asleep, and like I'm freaking out now. I mean,
I don't remember
there's
how to play this game.
there's legitimately nights where when I'm at Jacoby's, I won't leave his room like unless he wakes up and leaves his room.
It gets scary here, man.
It's not even like it's scary. It's just like it's not my house. I don't want to like go get a cup of water in the middle of the night and like scare somebody
What?
else.
I would.
It's fun. I like scaring people.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I remember I threw a firecracker at one of my friends' houses.
I've gotten up at your
Ew.
house before and Melissa scared me.
Huh?
I said I've gotten up at your house before and been scared.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's all like, believe it, like, it's weird. There's always somebody awake in my house. Like you can think everybody's sound asleep. You'll go out and like randomly somebody will just wake up and come out to the kitchen.
Cool. Good. Yes,
Alright.
continue.
Well, I guess that circles us back to me, and I honestly just have to say, no, I'm not Hispanic, so Jacoby, if you could pronounce it for me, the Weeping Woman.
Huh?
The Weeping Woman.
Ah,
I don't know how to
weeping
pronounce
woman.
that.
La
I don't know what
Llorona or
that is.
whatever.
La Llorona.
Yeah, La Llorona.
Gotta roll the R. La
Yeah.
Llorona.
The
Have you
Weeping
ever heard that
Woman.
story, Jacoby?
La
Oh.
Llorona.
Yeah.
You haven't?
La Llorona.
Yeah.
La Llorona.
It's a
Not
very...
Roll the R,
it's not
dipshit.
macaroni.
You roll the
La
R, dipshit.
Llorona.
Well, actually, you don't, because there's not two... It's not a... It's not a rolled R.
double R.
No, but it's a double L. So it'd be the Y,
La
right?
Llorona.
La Llorona.
La Llorona.
Okay, if it's Spanish, any R you roll.
You don't
Exactly.
roll every R. There's certain like
Yes,
context.
you do!
Yes, you do.
I could have swore it was
I'm not
only if there was
making
like
that up.
back-to-back R.
Uh-uh.
I thought it was when there was double.
No,
You're stupid!
no, you can do a
Stupid,
double
stupid,
R, which I
gummy
can't
dum-dum.
do, but you are supposed to roll your R's.
But why don't you like fully roll on rojo?
Rojo.
It's not rojo.
Rojo. You
Yes,
do!
it is. If you are Spanish, you roll your R's.
You
Okay.
roll it.
You
Rojo.
also-
Not
so.
every Hispanic person rolls their R's.
I was gonna say I've never heard
I mean,
I've never heard
anyone
it
I've
called
seen.
rojo.
Rojo.
Anyone
My mom
I've
does it.
been around, they
My
do
mom
it.
is Hispanic.
Yeah, I've
There's
never.
also different types of Hispanic as well.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, Guatemalans speak a different Spanish than, say, Mexicans,
Wait, boy.
and actual Mexicans speak a different Spanish than Mexican Americans.
Wait,
We speak
Yeah.
slang.
boy.
We speak slang Spanish. So, like, what you're learning on Duolingo is what you would use if you went to the heart of Mexico. But if you wanted to talk to a random Mexican person on the streets of, say, like, Georgia,
San Jose,
or something like that, or like LA or something, you're not going to use actual Spanish, you're going to use slang.
Yeah, you're gonna use simplified Spanish. Which is what I know. Also, I will say, the scariest one is Cubans.
Yes.
Because, like,
Humans are terrifying.
There's just something about the way Cubans talk where it's like, if they're speaking in English, it's fine, but if they slip into Spanish, it's like, okay, they are...
Okay, dude. What the flip?
Angry. That is, like, the funniest thing when Hispanics, they'll be speaking in perfect English, and then they get, like, slightly upset, so they just, like, slip into Spanish, and it's like, you have no control over that, do you? Nope. But, yeah, so mine will be La Llorona, and it's because it's terrifying. So, the story of La Llorona is her husband, it was a woman, her husband had cheated on her.
Oh my god.
So to get revenge on her
already
husband,
scary.
According to the story, she drowned her 2 children. And then I think sewer slided herself. And she was punished by God, I believe, to roam the earth to find her lost children. So you'll see her as a weeping ghost near creeks and streams, looking for her drowned children's bodies.
Yes.
And this story came around because a lot of children were being randomly drowned in rivers down in Mexico. And it said that if she finds a child, I believe from like 7 to 12 years of age, she'll believe they're her child, and when she finds out they're not, she'll drown you. So if you're a child between, 7 and 12 and you live in Mexico, don't walk near a creek or a river at night. Moral of the story.
Actually, just don't go to Mexico.
I'm saying if you already live in Mexico. I have international viewers, man.
Then leave Mexico.
Just get out, man.
Leave Mexico.
Who's gonna stop you? Border Patrol? Ha!
You guys are fucking nuts.
Alrighty. Angel, you're up, buddy. What is your
Good question.
quail?
What is your favorite hobby?
And
Favorite what?
Star, you're first. Hobby.
Favorite hobby?
Favorite thing to do that you don't consider work, basically.
I'd probably just go with gaming, since I don't really have other hobbies.
You're so
I mean,
lame.
here and there, like, it's rare, but I'll try playing,
Lame,
piano and
lame,
whatnot.
lame.
Well, you also gotta understand, Angel, Star lives on a farm, so it's not like she gets to, like, go thousands of miles away.
I do too, dog.
Well, we don't know nothing
And we do
about
whatever
you,
with
dog.
birds and whatever
she takes
else.
care of
That's-
chickens. She helps take care of
Yeah.
horses.
Venmo money.
She has
Venmo problems.
5 doggos, 2 cats.
3 cats.
3 cats,
3.
yeah, that's right. I always forget about Ebony.
Poor Ebony. AKA the alien kitty.
An alien.
There's a fun story behind that.
Alien.
I don't even know why you start calling her an alien.
Because of her eyes. She doesn't give, like, cat
He
facial
doesn't
expressions.
blink.
Well, that too. I don't think I've ever seen that cat blink.
She blinks.
But, like, Ebony just has, like, weird facial features. Like the way she'll look, the way she'll like rub her head against my leg of like I'm not a cat person. Cats usually don't come up to me like that. But I would walk outside and she'd just come up and rub her leg like against my jeans. It's like, you are strange, kitty.
You are strange.
You're a strange individual.
Nothing.
Lottie.
Hey.
But yeah, it's just weird kitty. Alright, so Star, if you're done, Jacoby.
Yeah, I'm done.
What?
Favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby?
Okay. Favorite hobby? I'd
Sorry, it's throwing kids
Probably
down
say-
flights of stairs.
drowning children in bath. No. My
Wait
favorite
a
hobby
minute.
would probably be fishing.
And I was like, wait a minute, that's mine too.
Wait, that was my answer.
Twinsies! Wait a minute, who are you?
You wanna know? You know what?
You know what? I think fishing's a pretty, like, normal hobby.
Yeah.
You guys are not normal. Alright.
I'm up. You know. I'd probably just have to say writing stories. I like just like coming up with my own either twist
Not
on
coming? That's
existing
weird.
stories or like trying to make my own stories from scratch.
Alright, fine then.
I think it's honestly harder to make a parody almost story than it is to make a story of your own. Because when you're making a story based off of another story, you gotta make sure you're not just making the same story again. You gotta go the extra mile to make sure you're not copying someone else's work. Like you are, but I don't know how to explain it. Like when you're writing your own story, it's like, okay, this is mine, I'm doing this, this, and this, and this. And if it ends up having similarities to someone else's story, it has similarities. When you're making a story based off of another story, you're having to like focus on the similarities and make sure there's also differences. I don't know. It's strange.
Wow.
I'm probably over elaborating. All right, Angel. Favorite hobby?
Snowboarding.
Okay. That's the other thing is, you know, Star is from the south. And then where me and Jacoby live, we get snow, but never enough to really do anything with, sadly.
Anymore.
Yeah, and like you also gotta understand where we live, it's fairly flat. There's not a lot of like larger hills and stuff like that.
Down south a little more though.
Oh yeah, down south, but you gotta drive
really
at least
near
an
us.
hour.
Yeah, at
To really
least
get-
45 minutes. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we had glaciers come through here, you know, a couple million years ago, allegedly.
Yeah, we had a
darn-
field trip about that once.
That darn white scientist that nature preserved done told us that.
I hate people.
You know what? I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry, Star. You're gonna have to take a time out. I got a question. This is for Jacoby specifically. What was your favorite field trip you ever went on? It's a hard one. The one farm we went to was amazing. The apple orchard we went to that one year was amazing.
I'd say I'd probably
The rock quarry was cool.
my honest answer, and you'll know why this is my answer. The field trip to the medical places.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all I'll
Zimmer
say because
Biomet.
the stream. You know why.
Yeah.
At least I hope you do.
Yes, I do. The bus ride.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
See, for me, I had more fun on the Chicago field trip.
I didn't go.
Chicago.
Chicago. That's right, because you moved right
Coca-Cola.
before that. You done switch schools on us right before that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, Chicago. That was a good field trip. I think my all-time favorite would have to be Mississippi. War of 1812
weird.
reenactment.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
That place was cool. I want to go back there sometime. Without thousands of, tiny children running around.
I mean, that's how it is all the time.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, 'cause they have legit pilgrim reenactors. Like, that place is neat. If you're ever in Indiana, check out Mississippi. It's one of the coolest things we have as a society. Or Potawatomi. Potawatomi nature preserves. Awesome place. They do a lot for scouting. Definitely miss going there. All right, sorry, you can go ahead and go. Star sent the alien kitty in the in the chat.
Yeah, because why not?
I think next time we do horror maps for Fortnite custom maps, I might Photoshop that picture of Ebony and put like a UFO hovering above her head and use that as the thumbnail.
That'd be funny. I guess I said something about this earlier, but oh well. Do you play any musical instruments at all?
That's a good one. And Jacoby would be first up to answer.
Say that one more time.
Do you play any musical instruments at all?
I know how to play the keyboard.
That's cool.
As well as
That's neat.
some guitar. I know how to play the drums as well.
Yeah.
Growing up, my cousin lived right across the field from me. I used to walk across the field, and
Zoinks,
her
Scoob.
dad was in a band, and he taught me how to play guitar and drums and keyboard. And I used to play with him all the time.
Sorry if the stream audio is coming through my mic at all. I was checking to make sure Angel's mic wasn't being goofy. Because the last Minecast episode, he was like super staticky and distorted for some reason.
Oof.
I have no clue, like, really what caused it. It was just a mess. Alright, and then I would be next, yeah. I don't play any instruments anymore, but I've dabbled in piano, drums, and guitar. Acoustic, specifically. Although I do know how to play the intro to Lose Yourself on electric guitar.
That's neat.
Yeah, I doubt I could do it anymore, but yeah. Because I haven't touched an electric since 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that. Yeah. Angel?
Let's see. I know how to play 17 guitar, bass, keyboard, piano. I can also play the drums.
Tambourine,
And
triangle,
violin.
trumpet.
And I can play violin.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, those are all neat.
Ah! Why? Okay, did they up the Drown's Trident range in this recent update?
What'd I
I'm
tell ya?
getting cross-map sniped by these idiots. I think Widowmaker has less range than this stupid Drown.
Fun.
POV, you're a hunter,
Also,
man.
the Drowned just wants to be your friend.
I have
No.
enough friends as is.
No, it doesn't.
And any of the creatures on Dauntless want to be Angel's friends.
Hi, Star. Well, now it's your turn to answer.
Of course they do. Stop lying to yourself.
Musical instruments, Star. You play any?
Here and there piano. I was working on guitar at one point, and that's really about it.
I play the bow and arrow.
Oh yes, the bow and arrow.
There's
Know
a
how to play the shotgun.
There's a character, and I think it was Skylanders, that had a harp that could fire arrows.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. I know the bows and arrows. The arrows. Alrighty. And that brings us to Jacoby, right? Yeah.
Kobe,
Mr. Jones.
I'm gonna go way off subject here. Hit y'all with a deep question. Fry
No,
your,
you ain't.
Gonna fry our noodles.
Pry at your traumas here.
Oh, fun.
My question is, when was the last time you cried and why?
My electric
Ooh,
meatball.
I
ain't
get to
worked.
ignore that one.
Man, this sucks, because I go first.
Done this to me before, so I did it to you.
Yeah. I honestly can't recall. I think when I moved back to Indiana, I think it's been like almost a full year since I cried. Kinda sad.
Kinda sad, not gonna lie.
Kinda sad, not gonna lie. I have plenty of reasons to
It's
cry,
okay,
and I
though.
just don't.
I didn't even cry when my mom died, bro.
I did.
Even ow.
Oh, this is gonna... I used to joke. And this was, again, everybody has their own little way of grieving. So, don't think me joking about this is negative. But I would joke with some of my friends right after my mother passed away. To, again, kind of help with it. I would say, part of the reason I cried when she passed away is I realized I had to do my own laundry. It's like, it sounds so bad now, but it's like, I guess that was my little way of coping between it happening and going to my first counseling appointment. So once I, went back to counseling, it was like, okay, I'm fine. I have a support system, I have people to talk to, I'll be alright. But till then, it was like, okay, the world's falling apart, and I'm at the center. Because, like, I went to work the next day. I don't know if I ever, talked about this on stream. The following morning, I had to get up at, 3 or 4 in the morning and go to work with my dad. Because after that, we went to the funeral home to make arrangements. So I had to get up the next day after this and go to work like nothing had basically happened. Which I think that's part of why I was able to get through it the way I did. Because I had work, I had things I had to do. Again, I've always been the type of person that I live fast, and I don't let things bother me in the moment. it's later on when I have a time to slow down and things hit me where it's like, okay, I'm falling apart. I wait till I get behind a closed door. I get back to my room. I listen to a song, and then it's like, okay, here we go. There's the tears. But you know, I feel like it's just a guy thing.
We're conditioned not to show emotion.
Yeah.
Let's rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt and get back in the game, you pansy.
Walk it off.
Walk it off. It's a broken leg, Dad. I can
Get
see the
over
bone
it.
ahead. Walk it off.
You're a man. Men don't cry.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, I'll give you. So that's a big one. I'll give you something to cry
Yeah,
about.
that's one
yeah.
I hear that one a lot. Alrighty. Angel, you're up, bud.
When's the last time you cried and why?
When I had a tree branch going through my...
When my girlfriend bought me presents for my birthday. I've never received a present by anyone outside of my family. Ever. So,
That's deep.
it legitimately made me cry.
Yeah.
I've never received a present from anyone that wasn't outside of my family, so.
What?
I said I've never received a present from anyone besides people that are outside my family.
He's saying he hasn't
Oh.
received anything from his family.
No.
Because they all suck.
I haven't gotten a gift from my family since I was maybe 10 years old. And that was like the last thing my grandma ever bought me. And then she told me I'm an adult, grow up.
Yeah, he doesn't get gifts. He just gets hand-me-downs. Hey, I'm done
Yep.
using this thing. Here you go, Jacoby.
But
Alright.
growing up like that and living like that, I've learned to be very appreciative of what I do get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think that really is why I'm not as big in, like, material things as I am. Because even though I'm the oldest sibling, I still had plenty of stuff growing up coming from older cousins. So the few toys that were 100% mine that I either bought with my own money from doing chores or had bought for me specifically, I value those a lot more. So yeah. And then start. Last time you cried.
I can't remember, but there are times I just cry myself to sleep. I don't even know why. That happens here and there.
That is like the realest, like,
And of course, when you win, back up.
yeah. That's like the
I mean,
real, like,
I think
oh, yeah.
that's technically part of it. So, you know.
yeah. It's just, oh yeah, I cry myself to sleep sometimes. It's fine. I don't know what causes it. Probably depression and underlying mental issues, but it's fine. I'm alright. I get good sleep.
Oh.
Or, you know, if I somehow accidentally hurt myself, I'll start crying. So,
See, I have a dumb pain
is that?
tolerance, so like I don't cry when I cry when I get angry sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like if someone kicks me on accident and it's like I know I can't like strangle them to death, I can't just Homer Simpson them, I start crying because it's like all this anger
Yeah,
needs
I
to go
gotta.
somewhere. I don't know, I feel like it's a weird thing, but also like a normal
No,
thing.
it's really not. It's a guy thing.
It's like
That's
I
a
would rather
repressed trauma.
I would rather crouch down into the fetal position and cry and like ball up my fist than actually like strike you. Like I don't want to hit you, but I want to hit you with
But I
every
will.
fiber of my body. I guess it's one of those where your body and your brain are telling you two different things. Like your body's like kill them now, and your brain's like haha, 20 years in prison at least. Cry. So that's the other thing is like you see it in movies all the time where like the protagonist starts crying and the boy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made you cry," like yada yada, and then the protagonist just bops him, like sucker punches him. It's like, yeah, that's a legitimate thing. Like, you ever get mad at somebody, just start crying until they feel bad, and then just sucker punch them when they crouch down to ask you if you're okay. It's such a like rat way to fight, but it's a legitimate strategy.
That is severe bratness, and I love it.
I feel like it's just
That's
Jacoby
brat
playing
behavior.
Fortnite. I feel like I wish Jacoby had the Peter Griffin injured emote.
I do.
Where you could just rock holding his leg. Cause it'd be so
I do.
funny, like, get into a fight, get shot, start doing that, and then just pop up and destroy them with, like, an auto shotgun. Die, zombie!
The zombie wants to be your friend. He wants cuddles.
I'm gonna be honest, I think they need to increase the tick damage for zombies burning in daylight. It takes way too long for them to actually burn to death.
I also feel like at some point they made him have like more health.
Yeah, they may have. I also
I think at one point it was like 16 until they were actually dead, even if you use like some kind of, I think, wood sword or something like that. But it seems like that changed. Like they have more health.
I think, honestly, they need to implement some sort of, like, bleed damage system for Minecraft to encourage, like, have it be for iron, gold, and diamond swords only to, like, encourage people to use the better equipment. Because I'm chilling with stone equipment. I haven't really used any iron equipment. If I could if I could inflict bleed damage with a iron sword as opposed to a stone sword, I would use an iron sword. There's like, other than the slight damage increase, there's no real difference between stone and iron, except for iron, or a stone's a lot easier to get.
I mean, eventually you're gonna have to switch if you want like diamonds and whatnot.
Well, yeah, and again, I have a stone pickaxe. Or not, I have an iron pickaxe.
I was gonna say you can't mine diamond or anything with stone.
Yeah, like, I have iron pickaxe. I just don't have iron sword. I don't see the whole point in, like, oh, higher damage. Yeah. Alright, and then, Jacoby, you asked the question. Your turn to answer it. When was the last time you cried, buddy boy?
Genuine tears? Probably.
You mean tears? Yes, you mean tears.
Jacoby, when was the last time you cried? Let's see.
Probably 2012.
I thought he was gonna hit us with, I've cried more recently than I've smiled.
I don't cry.
Yeah.
Internal
He's the
pain.
guy.
Yeah.
They were kind of just taught not to cry.
Yeah.
I was genuinely just. That's how I was made.
See, I was raised,
that's how I was
like,
raised.
if you're alone in your room with specific, like, if I hear Whiskey Lullaby, brother, the dam is open. No, that's a lie, Jacoby. Me and you both cried that one night.
Which night?
When I was at your house. We played like 5 straight sad songs in a row, and we both ended up crying. Cause I was like, you wanna go to the gas station to get a Mountain Dew in memory of my mom? And you're like, sure, man. I don't know if they're still open yet.
I didn't cry genuine tears though.
You did.
Did I? I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
you did. You legitimately did. Cause you like you turned away from me because you didn't want me seeing you.
Oh. I really
Whiskey
don't remember
Lullaby
that.
is now stuck in my head.
Angel, your audio is included, so please don't give me copyright.
Oh. Other than that, the last time I cried was probably
Nah, you're good, man.
when you went down south.
Yeah, we all cried that night.
Because of Dylan.
Dude, Dylan, he tried to re-add me on Snap today. He sent me friend request.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't accept it. Kind of just don't want to talk to
I
him
need
right
to
now.
check mine.
I kind of don't want to talk to him right now.
I just don't like him.
Yeah, for real.
Toad.
It's honestly one of those things where I'm
Oy.
getting to the point outside of our streaming group, if someone messages me and they don't owe me money, I'm just not gonna really respond. It's like, if you owe me money, yeah, I'll
And they
respond.
don't owe me money. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, plenty of
I mean,
people
he
owe me
owes
money. Huh?
I said he owes me money. His dad owes me money.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I thought you were
How does
talking
this
about me.
work?
You're talking about Dylan. I thought you were talking about me. Like, why do I? You owe me
Oh,
money.
you know.
I thought you were talking about how.
I was like, you owe me money. What do you mean? Oh God.
I think we're all
Oh,
losing our minds.
yeah. It's all in good jest. Yeah, no, it was because I had mentioned playing a specific song. Then I had to leave the room for whatever reason, and then I come back and the three of you are crying, and I'm like, what happened? And Jacoby's like, Dylan played the song, and I'm like, oh God, it's happening.
And of course, instead of having to get you for whatever reason, and you were all a mess.
I'm literally like slouched in the corner of my room, hat over my face. Like, dude. You had to get me because my aunt was leaving. She was like the
I can't
last
remember
person
why,
other than
but
the
yeah.
Three Stooges to actually leave. But yeah. No, that
Your son,
I
your
I
Volkswagen
felt
has returned.
I felt super bad for Star because like she had to deal with me crying like half the car ride.
Don't.
Like the entire first night, like I didn't really stop crying till Star fell asleep and me and her mom just like stayed up talking while she was driving. I don't know what it was about like just Star falling asleep next. I think she like fell asleep on my shoulder at first, so it was like, okay, I'm safe, I'm fine. Like, settle down, bud. But yeah, it was really weird.
Maybe you just needed my love.
Probably. Yeah. No, that was an experience. I will say, like, I'm a lot happier that we did do the party and all that, and I did get to say goodbyes and stuff, rather than like they just came and picked me up in the middle of the night and I'm gone, you know? Because I am the type of person, like, I'm bad with goodbyes. I would much rather like just disappear and not have to say goodbye, because it physically hurts me. It's like, yeah, you're crying, you're hurting, because I'm leaving, but I'm hurting because I'm having to say goodbye. I'm having to leave. So, I don't know, it's weird. I think we're all just kind of like
What
that.
sucks the most about that is like Dylan. I can straight remember Dylan and Alex both saying, "It's not goodbye, man." And then
Yeah, and then I
haven't heard
came
from
back,
either one of
and
them
I've been
in
back
months.
almost a year, and I haven't seen either of them in person. I saw Dylan once at your house, and I mean, we all know how that went. So it's just, man, it hurts. It hurts. The only time I've heard Alex's voice has been on streams with you, or while I'm at your house.
Yeah.
Because he won't talk to me.
Once in a while.
I have to go to your house, have you call him for him to like even answer. He will not answer
Really?
me if I call him. Yeah, no. Cause I've wanted to like even off stream just play a game with him, and either I never ask, or when I do want to ask, I'm not the type of person to be like just outright like, hey, I want to do this thing with you. I'm the type of person like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, what are you doing? Hey, and then I work up to it. I don't just come out and be like, hey, I want to play Fortnite. What are you doing? I'm not direct like that. I'd much like Jacoby knows this. Like even when he's late for a stream and I call him, when he answers, it's, hey, what are you doing, bub? Oh, you fell asleep. That's fine, man. You know, we're only 20 minutes in. If you get around and join, you know, it's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like, Jacoby, you're late. Get on. Like I'm not like that. Probably because I'm small. I'm just short.
Did you know I could put you 6 feet deep if I needed
Yeah, yeah. It's like I'm never like direct when I come like, and that's why I definitely understand that I come off as passive aggressive a lot, but I don't even like try to be. It's just I don't want to be direct. I don't want to be the guy who has to say, "Here's the problem. You need to fix it." I'd rather be like,
sometimes you have to be that guy, man.
I know, but it's like I'd much rather be like, this kind of bothers me. Hint, hint, fix it. Hint, hint. Then be like, hey, your hair looks stupid. Fix it. I think we all know who I'm talking about there.
Vamp.
Yep. I'm so glad we all remembered that. Dude,
I've seen him in person a couple times since the haircut.
Yeah. Have you guys heard why he's not around? Like, both the reasons?
Yeah.
I only know one of
Yeah.
the reasons, not the other.
Well, the one reason is his grandfather passed away. And the second reason is Dum Dum dropped his phone face down on its screen and it broke. The phone that he's had for, what, 2-3 months?
Something
He's
like that.
already broken it beyond repair. He already has to get a brand new phone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think Rogue put it in the group
I
chat.
knew the other thing.
I think Rogue put it in the group chat the other day. Which, by the way, yeah, for the record stream, I put Rogue back in the group chat finally. Y'all can stop asking me about it.
When is a single person in your comment section actually asked?
I've been
about that?
believe it or not, I've been asked about it on Twitter. I had somebody in my Twitter DM ask about it. Because, like, I'll mention it on a Rogue stream. I'll be like, oh yeah, we talked about this in the group chat. And then Rogue will be like, I'm still not in the group chat. I'm like, oh yeah. Remind me tomorrow to put you back in, or I'll put you back in later, and I keep forgetting. So finally I added it back. Yeah. No, it's fun. It's great. It's cool. Like, we're not small as a community, if you really do think about it. Like, what is it, between all of us put together, we're close to 500 individual people that we've reached out to, I guess. I don't know, it's just like, it's cool. Anyway, we got super duper sidetracked. Alright, viewer question. Hi, viewers. Speaking of you guys, Jacoby came up with a question this week for you guys. So, I'm gonna ask you, the viewers, tonight, if you're watching here live, if you're watching this on YouTube after it's uploaded, leave it in the chat/comment section below. What is your answer to this question? What is your greatest motivator? What in life motivates you the most? We're going to take 5 seconds of silence, comment it down below, and then Angel's going to answer it first. If Angel's even still here.
To secure my future for any possible progeny that I produce.
That is a very elaborate, but also, like, dumbed down, simplified answer. I like that. So my children don't have to be homeless.
Yes. It's a very advanced, simple answer.
That is quite literally when the teacher like tells you you have to reach 300 words and you're only at 150. How can I stretch out this essay?
Yeah.
Alright, Star, what's your biggest motivator?
I'll probably skip that.
Huh?
I'll probably
Skipping the
skip that. I
question.
don't normally get motivated by anything.
You don't like look at Dino and be like, I love you, dog. I'm gonna do something for you.
Not really.
Nope.
Wow. You don't love the dog. I see how it is. She'll come live with me. No, I'll be like that every once in a while. I'll look at the dogs and be like, I'm doing this for you, doggos. I'm doing this one for you, Lucy.
Keep dying.
I'm gonna do a 12-hour straight stream where I don't give you any attention for you. Alright, Jacoby, what motivates you the most?
Probably my girlfriend.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's mine too.
Just making sure that me and her have a secure future.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna have to say Star is my biggest motivator, but it's like, man, I want to make sure Jacoby says his girlfriend first. I don't want to sound mushy if Jacoby says something different. Like, if Jacoby was like, my nieces, I was gonna have to say a different answer.
My greatest motivator is Andrew Tate.
Oh God, no, 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 that's not. This is not the Joe Rogan podcast. Come on.
My second greatest motivator is Joe Rogan.
Theo Vaughn. All right, guys. So
Theo Vaughn.
I gotta run to the bathroom. We're getting close to the halfway mark. I'm running to the bathroom. If anybody else here has to run to the bathroom, we'll take a short bathroom break and we'll come back, and it'll be Angel's turn to ask a question. So we're turning after these short messages. The rest of you talk amongst yourselves.
Hello, peoples.
Ow. Don't mind
He
me.
said ow.
Because I moved wrong. And my neck's been messing
You're
with
so
me.
clumsy, I swear.
I'm the world's clumsiest person. I'm also known to stub my toe on literal wood floor. I've also fallen over London multiple times. Oh, I'm the master at finding holes in the yard. It's very fun.
I swear. Never
And
known
I'm
anyone
back.
clumsier than you.
You know, I think one of my biggest dreams is to eventually have all of us close enough together to do a physical podcast. And if that's ever a reality, I want to have a building with a like multi-toilet bath, like a restaurant bathroom basically. So we can come back from a bathroom break and be like, "Oh yeah, Jacoby joined me in the bathroom." I would love to be able to make those kind of jokes. Be like, "All right, we'll be back after Jacoby joins me in the bathroom for a little bit." I don't know why. I think that's just funny. Because in context, it's like, okay, yeah, there's multiple toilets in the bathroom. That's fine. That's normal. But it doesn't sound normal. So, Angel, what is your second question?
You could go anywhere in the world for free and do anything there for free. Where would you go?
Didn't we already ask this one at one point? feel like
Yeah, I
this one,
thought.
I feel like that's been one that's. That may have been before
I feel
Angel
like that's
joined.
one that Rogue asked.
It may have been. I don't recall. I want to say that was an early Minecast episode, like before Angel joined. I'm definitely down to answer it again. So, Star? Because you also got to think back then not everybody was heard
What
properly.
was the question? All I heard was something about free.
If you could go anywhere in the world free of cost, where would you go? What would you do there?
Free of cost.
I'd probably have to say maybe Sicily, Italy, and just go like sightseeing and whatever else.
Why Sicily of all places?
Fun. I don't know. Or even Venice. Venice would be neat as well.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. Like Rome and Venice are the two common answers. Like Sicily really threw me off because that's just an island off the coast of Italy in the Mediterranean. That's a very unique answer. I don't think I've ever heard anybody like, I want to go to Sicily.
I tell you that all the time when I mention Italy.
Yeah, I guess you have. I know you've mentioned that before, but it's like, yeah, I want to visit the home of the Italian mafia. It's a weird answer. I'd go to Sicily with you. Yeah. All right, Jacoby.
Other places as well, but that's the main one.
Okay, I don't really know, man.
I have a joke answer.
What's your joke answer?
Hell, so I can visit my grandpa.
I was gonna say hell so I could see my dad one more time.
My neck just felt like something constricted around it tightly. Oh, it's my headset cord. It feels like there's pressure on my neck. That's so weird. That I just noticed that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't even think my grandpa's dead yet.
I'd probably have to say Italy as well.
Yeah, Italy's just a beautiful place. Horrible
Love
history,
to visit the
beautiful
Mediterranean as well.
I mean, you do realize the entirety of the coastline of Italy is Mediterranean, right?
Well, yeah.
It's just don't go inland anywhere on the coast. It's just... I don't know. I feel like
I mean, islands.
yeah, Fiji. Malta. Yeah. No, I feel
go to
like
Fiji, get some of that water, man.
Is Fiji Mediterranean? I thought Fiji
so.
was Pacific.
I don't know.
I don't know
my geological locations.
I don't either, apparently. And I feel like Mediterranean-wise, if the Middle East wasn't... Oh, that echo's horrible. Okay, it went away. Or did the Xbox party just die?
I don't know.
Angel said, "Oop."
Oh, he disconnected.
His power went out.
Oof. Well, it's a good thing
Big
his second question of the stream's already been asked. Oof, big oof. But yeah, no, I feel like if the Middle East wasn't an absolute mess, the coast of Egypt and Israel and places like that, that's also on the Mediterranean, would be pretty neat. But I don't know, it's just stuff's a mess over there, and I feel like I wouldn't want to get wrapped up into that. Yeah. But yeah, so Jacoby answered. For me, I'd have to say Australia.
I don't like
Australia.
spoilers.
You know, what?
I don't
Spiders.
like spiders.
I don't like spiders either.
You don't want to go to Australia then, my guy.
Australia
There's
is
plenty.
one of the
There's
worst.
plenty.
No, Australia is one of the worst places with creatures. And the world's largest spiders at that.
Yeah, like I get that, but at the same time, you know, it's not like you're gonna find one of those spiders in a city like Sydney, Australia. I'm sure you would,
we
yeah.
Are.
I'm sure you can, but at the same time, like we as humans tend to push species out of places. So I feel like it's a lot safer in the like higher populated areas than you actually think. But then again, you know, king cobras are a big issue in India, and they have one of the highest populations on Earth. So you know, maybe not. Maybe I'd wake up with a tarantula crawling on my face. Who knows?
Good. Serves you right.
Yeah, I don't know. Australia just seems cool. For
Also,
me,
I hope you know there's a lot of creatures that can literally just get into your houses.
yeah. But
Like-
for me, the
They
thing
can
with
lay
Australia,
babies in your eyes.
like for me, the thing with Australia is just the people.
Good day, mate.
Like they just seem so like every Australian YouTuber I've ever watched just seems so like good-natured and kind-hearted. Like there are plenty of YouTubers that I watch where it's like, yeah, you get them mad, they wish ill will upon you and your family. I never really get that vibe with Aussies. I'm sure there's a few of them. I mean, I feel like Aussies are like Irish people. It's like they're cool, they're awesome, but you offend them and they're very quickly casting you know, curse on you and your lineage. Have you ever like? So this, I feel like this is more for Jacoby than. Yeah, this is definitely a question for Jacoby. Have you ever been to a true Irish restaurant?
Yes.
I went to a true Irish restaurant once, and the weirdest like interaction. It wasn't even like it wasn't really an interaction. I went into the bathroom, and there's this just like random dude, older dude, like at least 40, 43, 44 years of age, if not older, just mumbling to himself at a urinal. Had his pants like zipped up, like wasn't going to the bathroom. He's just standing there looking down into the urinal, like mumbling to himself, like casting an actual spell. I was just like,
Making his pee-pee bigger.
It's like walking into the bathroom, looking at him, hearing him mumbling some words that I can't understand that sound like they're in another language in a like legit Irish, like thick Irish accent. I just turned around and walked out of the bathroom, like, nope, not today.
Not today, Satan.
Like, that was the most, like, strange interaction I've ever had. Because I can't explain it. Because I don't speak, you know, the Irish dialect.
Don't speak the Irish, man.
Like, I can understand some fairly thick accents. Especially Irish. But, like, I can't. What's the actual Irish language? Is it actually called Irish, or is it a different?
Yes,
Okay.
it's Irish.
Like I can't. I don't speak Irish. So, because part of it was the accent, but the other part is like he is very obviously not speaking English. So it was weird. Achoo.
Achoo.
Alright, Star. Your turn to ask another question. If you have one, that is.
Do you speak other languages?
Yeah, I speak idiot. Oh, sorry, Jacoby. It's your turn to go first.
Uh, I don't fluently speak any other languages. I speak some, like, bits and pieces of slang Spanish, and I know some, German, but not much.
Yeah. I'm smiling right now because I know you know German and some Russian because of me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
some Russian. Some
I
Russian.
I lived in a fairly good Christian household when I was younger. So I learned in middle school that if I cuss in other languages, I get away with it. Until I realized my dad knew every curse word in Spanish and German, so I had to start learning Russian. So yeah. I know
That's fun.
bits of slang Spanish, bits of, Russian, German. I learned a little bit of French because of a woman. Biggest regret of my life. Not a fun language. Like, French is cool, but I don't understand languages. And this is funny, because it's kind of the same thing with English. I don't like languages that have like multiple words that all mean the same thing, or like the same word that means different things. Like, have you ever seen that? Oh, I can't remember what the words were, but it used to be a meme you'd see all the time, where they use Google Translate in French, where it's like the same word, over and over again, but like slightly spelled differently, meaning different words. I can't remember what it was. I used to see it in meme compilations all the time. But yeah. French is neat. It's not my cup of tea. I wanted to learn, what was it, Gaelic? But that's a hard language. Arabic's another hard one. Arabic's one of those languages, like, you almost gotta learn it young. Because once you hit a certain age, good luck learning that. But then again, I think Spanish is also kind of like that. That's why we teach it young in schools. Is because once you reach a certain age, you have troubles learning other languages. But at the same time, it's like a lot of people have concerns with like biracial children. I've heard plenty of stories of families where say the father's English speaking, but the mother speaks Spanish or Chinese. And again, dabbled in Chinese. I don't speak any anymore, but that was one I definitely played around with. But it's like, as a parent, you gotta be careful, because what happens when your child who's going to an English-speaking school in an English-speaking country begins to learn your native language better than English? It's like, yeah, like, I understand that's a culture thing. Like, yeah, you want your child to speak your native language. Like, Indian tribes, for example. Like, they kind of force the children to learn their native, like Lakota and other tribes, still teach their children their native language, even though outside of that tribe, that language isn't used. For, like, cultural reasons. But you also don't want to sacrifice your child's understanding of English, one of the most, widespread languages in the world, in order for them to learn that. I don't know. I feel like that's just my opinion. I feel like it's definitely a selfish opinion as well. But I don't know. Like, I definitely want my child to know, like Spanish, because we have a fairly large Hispanic population here where I live and down where Star lives. So it's a good thing to have. But I wouldn't want my child to be more fluent in Spanish than English. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't. Repeat yourself again. Say everything you just said again.
Well, I said with the child shouldn't be speaking the Spanish better than English.
Ooh, you just said the word Spanish while talking like that. I think you're a racist.
I think it's more racist that I said Spanish perfectly, but said English as almost basically goulash. English. I speak that good goulash. Oh, I deserve this. Star, do you speak any other languages besides gibberish?
I'm definitely good with gibberish.
For Star to hit me with a.
So,
I speak Klingon.
Why would she?
It's not the Klingon. I watched Young Sheldon and used to watch Big Bang Theory.
I don't really think Star's seen any Star Trek anything.
I need to watch Star Trek.
No,
but,
you don't.
yeah, I've never watched
No,
it.
you really
Yes, I
don't.
do.
You're not missing out on anything.
I'm watching Star Trek.
I learned. I gathered more from the pinball machine at my local Pizza King than I did from watching an actual episode of the show.
I want to watch the movies.
I'm legitimately being honest. I think I learned more about Star Trek from watching Robot Chicken when I stayed up too late and my mom fell asleep before I did than I did from actually watching the show. I'm gonna be honest. If Star Trek had better comic books, I'd probably like Star Trek more. But as is, it's a lot easier to follow a Star Wars comic book than it is a Star Trek comic book. But like, I guess that's also partially like art style. Like, I feel like any Star Trek story would just have a more difficult art style to perfect, I guess I'd say. I don't know. This is my opinion. Yeah, Star. You speaking any other languages recently?
Well, besides doing Spanish and stuff, I know bits of French, Japanese, Mandarin Chinese, some Russian, German, and I think that's about it.
I always forget about the Japanese. That's because... Okay, so... You know what? It's that time. It's that time for the age-old discussion that everyone has to have it at some point in their life.
I'm
When
scared.
watching anime, dub or sub? For both of you.
Wait, you mean?
Okay, so when watching anime, there's basically two forms of anime for English speakers. There's dub, which is when someone takes a Japanese anime and re-records the voice lines in English. Perfect example is Dragon Ball. And then sub is subtitles. Do you prefer reading what the characters are saying and hearing them speaking in Japanese, or do you prefer to hear them speaking in English? Just,
Yes.
You gotta answer. It's one or the other.
I mean, I use subtitles with anything.
I was gonna say
watch.
Star watches
Me too.
dub
Me
with
too.
subtitles, so yeah. I
But
understand
everyone
that.
else, I just get
I
lectured
want
about
something
if I have
that's just
subtitles.
Straight English with subtitles.
Yeah, I do that too.
I won't even listen to music if it doesn't have
No,
subtitles
it's
on it.
funny because like I've been watching stuff on Jacoby's Netflix account. I haven't turned off subtitles
I'd
for
be
anything.
so angry with you, honestly.
Because it's just like after watching it, like, because I don't watch anything that I don't watch with him first. Like when he's over, I'm over at his house. We watch something, and then I start liking it, and then I'll watch it on his account. So it's like I get used to seeing the subtitles anyway. So I wouldn't dare turn it off. I don't have subtitles on for like YouTube because I'm hearing what they're saying. I don't because it's like, especially if I'm watching gameplay, because then I'm having to take away my attention from the gameplay to read what they're saying.
I watch videos on 2x speed on YouTube with subtitles on and still can focus on what they're doing.
You're just built different.
I can have subtitles that like cover most of the screen and still know what's going on, what all they're saying.
Yeah, see, I can't.
I'm just very, very ADHD and probably on the spectrum.
Yeah. I can't. If I'm watching you, like, if I'm watching, like, let's say the infographics channel, I'll put subtitles on so I can, like, because every once in a while when they say a number, you can't tell if they're saying, like, 1,500 or 500, and it just sounds fun. Like, it's hard to tell exactly what they're saying. So I'll put subtitles on here and there if I'm watching, like informative stuff or educational stuff. But if I'm watching some random dude shoot guns in his backyard and blow stuff up, or I'm watching like somebody play Modern Warfare, no, I'm not going to turn on subtitles. Especially with a lot of YouTubers nowadays putting their own subtitles on their content. Like, not a lot of them don't have it in the entirety of the video, but if there's ever like a portion of the video where it's hard to tell what someone's specifically saying, they'll edit in their own subtitles. So I definitely do appreciate that. Or when like multiple people are talking, they'll edit in their own subtitles. And I prefer that than the auto-generated subtitles on YouTube.
Yeah, because you know that they're actually correct.
Well, because the majority of subtitles on like YouTube, Netflix, etc., is a black bar with white text. When they edit in their own subtitles, it's color-coded for different people talking. It's big bubble letters. It's nice. I like it.
I'm colorblind, so I don't care.
Oh yeah. Fair point. Fair point. But yeah, it's like if I'm watching a group of people that I like playing together,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I want to know who's talking. Especially if there's a couple that sound alike.
We need to do that for Vamp and Angel.
Well, and I've discussed that before.
Half the time I don't even know who's talking when you have both of them.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. I've discussed it before about if I ever get a PC, I'm going to be doing editing. I'm going to do subtitles for everything. But I know that you can use was it Adobe Photoshop now? You can do auto-generated subtitles. So you can actually like isolate a specific person's voice and color code it and it'll auto-generate the subtitles for you. I'd still go through it and make sure they're right, but it's basically isolate voice, click button, click color I want, bam. Let it render, come back to it, voila. Less you gotta do, and everybody's like, oh, AI is taking away people's jobs. Like, yeah, that's true, but at the same time, I don't have to pay someone to do it, and it's less work I have to do myself. So, call it lazy or call it efficient. I don't really care.
Lazily efficient.
Work smarter, not harder. Listen to the old folks.
Work harder, not smarter.
Huh?
Said work smarter, not hard, or work harder, not smarter.
No, I prefer to work smart. That's why I wear a hard hat.
That's why I protect my noggin.
I wear a hard hat while playing video games so I can get a dent in my skull from wearing a headset. Now it's crazy, like, hanging out with Jacoby and interacting with Jacoby in person, and, like, noticing how noticeable mine and his headset dents are. It's so
Dude, we do this
bad.
every night for 2 hours a night.
It's so bad. I do it for some nights. I do it 4 hours a night. It's so bad. But at the same time, I don't really care. Because I'm comfortable doing it. I don't... And I wear hats outside of, you know, my house. It's not like people get to see it or are ever gonna see it. So... Brr. Hot take. People who live stream with webcams, like do gameplay with webcam, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a good amount of live streams where the webcam legitimately just becomes a distraction from the gameplay. Like, I will see streamers literally, like, stop what they're doing, playing, to look into their webcam to talk to chat. It's like, I get it, like, yeah, it's like, respect, like, making eye contact with someone you're talking to. But, you're streaming gameplay. If you want to sit in front of a camera and talk for hours, then do that! I don't know. I think it's a big distraction. And I don't like it. That's why I'm not very eager to have a webcam myself, because I just, like I said, I feel like it becomes a distraction. I feel like you can be looking at your screen playing a game, and then your eyes drift to it, and now you're talking into it rather than paying attention to your gameplay. Which can lead to, you know, bad gameplay, which in turn leads to bad content. But a lot of, you know, streamers and YouTubers be like, well, if you're funny, you make the content. Jacoby, what are your opinions on all that?
No thoughts, brain empty.
And I mean, we can even go like the next level into it of, do you prefer content with webcam versus content without webcam?
Nah, I honestly, it doesn't change. Like, I don't care either way. Still gonna watch it if it's something I'm interested in.
I definitely think, like you said, react content and, like, just chatting content are, I think the best content for webcam is when someone's streaming them reading patch notes. Seeing their facial expressions and their live reactions to certain things in the patch notes is just hilarious. But I feel like
I watch content like that because I'm not lame.
Oh, it's not I'm lame, it's just I'm very statistically focused and very... I'm a knowledge sponge.
Toxic over there.
Dude, did you see they got rid of stats for nerds on YouTube?
Did they really?
Yeah. I can't find it. I looked for a good little bit the other day, and I can't find if it's something like you have to re-enable in settings, or like what happened. But no, I'm a big information sponge. I'll watch entire hours of content throughout the day just to, like, absorb knowledge and try and get better at things. Like, here recently, it's been, like, trying to figure out how to play Mercy better on controller. Because every good Mercy guide you'll find on YouTube is, oh yeah, do this, do that, do this. Yeah, right click, left click, shift. Middle, you know, it's like, I'm on controller. How do I do that? How do you do that on controller? And I thought I found one today, and I click on it, and I'm hearing them say X and square and triangle. I'm like, well, that's controller at least. but not the right controller I'm using. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Who asked the last
have no
question?
Was it me about different languages?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you asked about language, so that leaves that Jacoby second question.
You ready for mine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My second question is, how do you think the world is going to end?
Oh! Dang it! If I would have known that was gonna be, I could have made this I could have titled this Armageddon.
I mean, title it that on YouTube.
No, I think Nightmare Fuel is a much better title, especially with it pouring down rain in Minecraft right now. Like, this is legitimately because again, this is a survival server, guys. This is just me playing in survival while we talk. So it's not like I can just turn off the rain. So the entirety of this Minecast episode, or not the entirety, but the last good couple 10 minutes has just been us talking with Vietnam POV in the background. It's kind of neat. I don't think we've had it rain this much on a Minecast episode. Maybe one of the fishing episodes. I don't recall. So the question was, how do you think the world's gonna end? Star, you're up first. Since Angel went AWOL.
Poor Angel. I me personally, I believe that the world is just gonna catch on fire and all that. But it also goes back to like biblical stuff.
I think that's good.
So I have really an idea of how the world's gonna end.
See, I never made it that far into the Bible.
Technically,
I've read
I
cover to
didn't. I
cover.
learned it in church.
I got to the point where Jesus was crucified, and I just started crying, man, and I couldn't keep reading.
I've
They
read
really
the
did
Bible
that to our
cover
boy.
cover.
What did you say,
First,
Jacoby?
or Old Test. I've said I've read the Bible cover to cover, Old Testament and New.
Yeah. I've never read it cover to cover.
Honestly, same.
Like, I've read a good chunk of, like, I used to just sit down and read it before I went to bed, because, I mean, dude, if you're ever up late at night, you can't find a way to fall asleep, read the Bible, man.
You'll either sleep good or you'll never sleep again.
Yeah, that's accurate. It's either gonna make you so tired you fall asleep, or it's gonna give you that rush of motivation to go work out till you are tired enough to fall asleep. And that's just the way it works. Yeah. For me, how the world's gonna end, you know, I think one day Jacoby's just gonna fall over and
Don't even. I will leave. Shut. Shut right now and give a real answer.
Why can't I be funny? Come on, man.
You shut your hooker mouth, man.
I'm not, like, you're not even that much bigger than me. It's in good jest. Are you
I'm
feeling
just giving you a
insecure
hard
right
time.
now?
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
Jesus. You got defensive there quick. No, I think, you know, this is something I see on Twitter probably once a week, is, you know, 8-year-old me heard this once, and, you know, in 1 billion years, the sun's gonna explode and consume the earth, you know? Saddest thing ever, you know, I'm in the same sense. I cry every once in a while thinking about that, you know? I'm not gonna be around to see it, but man, those people living in, a billion years from now, poor them.
What makes you think there's gonna be people alive a billion years from now?
Fair point, I think the aliens are gonna have, like, a gravity gun, and they're just gonna slingshot us into another dimension, Mandela effect style, bro.
How do you know it hasn't already happened?
I think Snorlax is just gonna flop over dead in the next Pokemon TV series, and the world's just gonna end.
I forgot about Snorlax's existence.
Or Whalmer's just gonna belly
I
flop.
think Grey's Anatomy is gonna stop coming out with more episodes, and all the white girls are gonna kill everyone.
I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think I've watched a single episode of Grey's Anatomy.
I've never seen it. I've only heard of it. Like, I know nothing about it.
I've watched A Good Doctor. I am a surgeon.
I've never heard of that.
It's about this autistic guy who became a doctor, and, he's autistic, so it's funny for some reason. What do you think is the most underrated television show? Like, all time.
What?
Most underrated television show. We're not counting
Raising
Netflix
Hope.
unless it was on something other than Netflix to begin with.
Raising Hope.
I've never heard of that. Until
Watch
now.
it
I've never
sometime.
heard of it either.
It's on Hulu, I think, now.
I'm gonna be honest. No, I'm not. I'm gonna
It only
lie.
had a few seasons, and it's honestly the best show I've ever watched. I can watch it again and again and again.
Yeah. Oh god. I'd say Blue Bloods, honestly.
I have a good question for
I
you
love Blue Bloods.
that goes along with that.
Hmm.
What do you think is the most overrated TV series you've ever watched?
Full House.
Oof.
I like Full House. Don't get me wrong. But Full House is just, it's one of those shows I can't watch consecutive episodes back to back. If, like, I catch an episode on one of the oldies channels, I'll watch an episode, but I can't binge watch Full House. I just one or two episodes in a row and I'm done. I'm done. And, like, I feel like that's with a lot of I almost called it live action show. I guess they are, like, technically live action. But a lot of the non-animated shows where, and, like, Full House doesn't really do it, but they do it at the same time, where the ending of each episode does not affect the next episode in the series, where it's like, those shows where it's like, oh, at the end of the episode, everything returns to normal, and next episode, something else will happen, and nothing happened in this episode will affect the next episode. And it's just, I don't like that in live action. I feel like it works really good with, like, animated shows. Like, Simpsons does it phenomenally. Family Guy does it phenomenally, but if you're gonna do a sitcom, you gotta have each episode somehow affect the next. Like, Andy Griffith's show. Not every single episode affected the next episode, but there was a linear storyline. You can't watch episodes of the Andy Griffith. I mean, you can, but you really shouldn't. There's a legitimate story start to finish with the Andy Griffith show, and I don't get that with Full House. I don't get a linear storyline. I don't see a channel on YouTube ever doing a complete timeline breakdown for Full House, Guys, still there?
I'm just
Put
occupied at the
Jacoby to
moment.
sleep. Put Jacoby to sleep.
What?
Also, I've seen the full series of Full House and Fuller House.
Me too.
Like,
I was watching that non-stop.
Again, I like the
I'd
show. I
say-
just.
For me, the most overrated show, this one's also gonna anger Star a little bit. The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I can definitely
Honestly.
understand with that.
And I only
Walking
say that
Dead.
because they're kicking a dead horse now. You know how many Walking Dead shows they have now?
All the spin-offs
4 or
and
5.
Yeah, they're making
the
so
after
many
after
spin-offs.
show.
Yeah.
They're still
Like,
making
the talking
more.
about the episode show. That angers me so much with TV.
Like
The
having the
Talking
cast
about
who have
what the
no
episode that just aired.
like having the cast who have no part in writing the script talking about what happened in it. It's like, yeah, we saw what happened in the episode. Sir, you read lines off a sheet of paper. You don't even know what happened in the episode. You were just doing what the director was telling you. Like, I don't get that. I don't get how people find that. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, if I never wanted to watch I'm scared of zombies. Yeah, I'd watch the after show to like at least know what's going on in the story so I talk about it with friends. But I don't see a reason to watch the after show if I've already watched the show itself. Like, Deadliest Catch is a perfect example of this. Their after show did really well because they did exclusive footage. They did behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff. They did, what were your best moments of this season type stuff. It almost felt like a reaction YouTube channel for a reality television show. It's cool. I like that. I don't think Walking Dead did a good job of that.
I kind of have to agree with you on that.
Another thing I will say, the games. The video games were a massive L for Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Which, it's so sad because, like,
It could have done very well.
the success we got that was The Last of Us, like, again, that went from a game into a show. Whereas Walking Dead went from a show to a game. But you look at the two, and there's... you can't really compare the two, because one's amazing and the other's just... meh.
Well, and like with The Walking Dead, they didn't really add very many variety of zombies until they started making the spin-offs.
Yeah, yeah,
And now
yeah.
it's just overload of different kinds, different things that
It's
happen.
like... It's like they saw the resurgence of Left 4 Dead on YouTube and were like, yes, we need other zombie types. Or, hey guys, Call of Duty Zombies is dying. Let's add other zombies types to get zombie enthusiasts back into zombies. It's so weird. A lot of stuff like that, you just gotta kind of question what's going on in... like studio executives' heads, rather. It's like me and my friend Zaratho. I think me and Jacoby did this as well a few times. We used to hang out and be like, mimics hitting a joint. So what if we did a prison map? But we put these dog heads on it, man. Like, we used to just, make absolute fun of, some of the choices made by Call of Duty Zombies. It's like, how do you come up with some of these maps, some of these wonder weapons, some of these stories? Like, if you've ever watched a zombie storyline breakdown from start to finish, there is some absolutely bonkers stuff. Coming up with the Aether in general... they had to have been consuming something.
mushrooms.
Something. But yeah. I don't know, it's... And that's why I like writing my own stories, because I get to go through the process of... Hey, what do you think of this idea? Hey, what about this idea? And I get to bounce it off of Star and Zaratho, and anyone else I have involved. But at the same time, it's like the stories that everyone else isn't as involved in kind of hurt because it's like, man, I'm the only one that really cares about this. Why even continue? And it's not like it's anybody's fault, it's just... I'll do a week's worth of work on a story, dump it into a group chat in a big old paragraph, and then when someone doesn't read it, I get upset. It's like I just expect everybody to read the entire novel that is my entire week of work. Story-wise. Like, I did one once where it was like, I dumped in the group chat with Star and Zaratho. I dumped like an entire day of events that took place in the story. So like the first event happened at like 6 a.m. and like it was like 6 a.m. colon. You know, this event happens. At this time, this event happens. I walk through the entirety of the day. With each message in this group chat being a different timestamp. And it was like, going back and reading through, it's like, yeah, I understand why they weren't really involved in the story now. Because I would just think about it at school all day and then just dump it into a group chat. Be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? Oh, yeah,
You got
good.
overexcited.
Huh? Yeah.
You got overexcited.
Yeah. And, like, that's the problem is, like, there's a lot of stories that I work on where it's like, man, this is a really cool story. What do you guys think about this? Oh, yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, keep doing that. Or, yeah, I like that change. It's like, oh, okay. And it sucks because it kind of translates now into doing streaming and stuff. It's like, hey, what do you guys think of these new graphic arts I made? Oh yeah, they look good, man. Positive feedback. give me
Horrible. I hate it.
words.
Do better.
Yeah, like be like, oh, it looks bad. Here's why, or oh, it looks good. Here's why. Don't just be like, oh, it's good.
Dude, you're lucky to even get it's good out of me.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
like for real. Like, it's fun.
Because I know if I feed into it, you're just gonna keep making more and more and more.
Well, what do you think of the?
I know you too
What do you think of the new banners?
I like it. That's good.
Yeah, and like I said, I want to leave those as optional, but I did change mine already. And Star changed hers. What?
What?
Just him. I did exactly what he said he didn't like people doing to his stories.
Oh,
It's good. Do
I
the
thought-
same thing. I like that.
I thought
Oh,
the
that's
joke.
actually kind of funny.
I thought the joke of it was Jacoby was saying that it looked good and he hadn't actually looked at it yet. Because he's done that to me a few times as
I
well.
haven't.
Oh, you
I
rat!
haven't even been in the group chat in like 2 days, bro.
You rat! I made him on like Sunday or something like that.
Angel just now left the party. What?
The party kicked him for an activity. Oh boy!
What time is it? Is it bedtime?
No, we got another like
It's
15
12:43.
minutes.
Well, 1:43 for you.
Yeah.
At 12:43, I wish.
All right, so
1:43 for you.
we gotta.
Wait, or did I say that?
No, it's 1:43.
No, I couldn't figure out what I had said.
But
You said 12:43 and then corrected it.
yeah.
Okay, I thought I said it was
But,
12:43 for you. You can tell I'm tired.
Since we are close on time, I'll ask the final question of the night. Or no, Jacoby, you still gotta say how you think the world's gonna end. Princess is gonna flop over and just smash the entirety of the planet under her weight.
My honest opinion, I don't really care how the world's gonna end.
I'll be dead by then, hopefully.
Even if I'm not.
I mean, everyone's got to die eventually. There's no stopping that, no preventing that. You see all these scientists working hard to find a cure for everything. Like, whether you believe in God, whether you believe in religion in general, everyone has to die eventually. You either
Yeah.
accept that and move on with your life and actually live your life, or you spend your whole life worrying about that.
Yeah. That's really.
And my opinion on it is the world could end tomorrow. What are you going to do to stop that? Why does it matter how it's going to end when there's nothing anyone can do to prevent it from ending?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think like things like global warming and like, carbon emissions, stuff like that. We definitely should work to fix that.
And I agree 100% on that.
But at
And
the same
things like
time, it's like,
electric cars and stuff like that, they say they want to push electric cars. They say they want to do this, that, and the other. Like with our president at the moment, he shut off a pipeline because he wanted people to go more towards electric vehicles. If you want people to use electric vehicles, make them affordable.
and make them safer. I mean,
Make them safer. Yeah.
did you hear
You don't
about
need
the
all
car?
this autopilot and all this.
Did
Like,
you
you
hear
don't have to
about
have a
the
Tesla.
electric car fire that they had to fully submerge in like a lake for multiple days to get it
Yeah,
to go out?
before
And
it went out.
it literally,
'Cause
every
that's
time they went to
lithium.
pull, like, it was literally reigniting itself underwater.
That's what a lithium fire is,
Yeah,
man.
it's
And on that
bad.
scale, like, it's scary.
Yeah, it's bad.
You have a car engine, like, that you're worried about it catching fire. All you have to do is put an extinguisher in your car and you're fine.
Yeah.
But with that, you have to have hydrogen extinguishers and you have to have a whole fire truck's worth of hydrogen to actually put it out.
Yeah, what they're
And even
saying, it was
then,
like,
with lithium, lithium can light hydrogen if you're not careful, if it's burning hot enough.
yeah,
And then you have a literal hydrogen bomb that you just made, bro.
yep.
Like,
What were they saying? It was like, it was a certain amount of water, like, it takes to put out a fire, and that's like, or a lithium fire, and that's like double to triple what a single fire engine can carry at max capacity,
yeah,
or something like that. Like, it's super bad.
triple, I think.
Yeah,
It's like you would have to have three, like, completely topped up fire engines to do
and
that.
like, you would have to have 3 entire fire engines worth of water carried up in the air by helicopter and dropped perfectly onto the fire for it to do
Yeah.
anything. Because if you have a drop less, it's gonna reignite and you're back to square one. So it's
Mhm.
just, it's crazy. It really is crazy.
And
And
when you
like,
think about it, and to circle back to the question, like, the world ending, they trying to prevent all these things, you look at it and it's only causing more issues.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like
Like
every
the emissions from an engine running, you put that towards a lithium fire. A
yeah,
lithium fire
yeah,
is going to produce way more,
carbon emissions. Yeah,
carbon
yeah,
emissions
I
than
did see
anything
that
else.
statistic. Yep.
And then you have, like,
And the wildfires.
we'll go with the vegans here. Like, you have the vegans who say, "Oh, cow farms are one of the highest producers."
I love hearing
Yeah,
that.
you look at that, but then you look at everything that they're doing to make that
Yeah, like
food that they eat. Like,
well, it's just like the biofuels, like the soybeans, like converting soybeans to fuel. The amount of carbon emissions you have from that process is
it's greater
more
than just
than
using
the
fossil
carbon emissions
fuels.
you're
Yeah,
saving by using the biofuels.
exactly.
It's like every step we take forward, we're taking 2 steps back. But at the same time, you can't not say we are moving in the right direction. I definitely think moving away from nuclear energy and having to restart coal energy plants is kind of weird. I'm not gonna get into that because that's, you know, foreign politics and a specific
Yeah.
Swedish
Well, and when you think
activist.
about it, honestly, nuclear power is the cleanest source of power.
Yeah.
And
the
that's crazy to think.
Most
because you have to
dangerous.
because you have to worry about nuclear meltdowns.
And it is the longest disposal process.
Yeah.
You know, nuclear waste, like, 'cause that's the thing you understand is everybody pictures nuclear waste as this, you know, green radioactive goop, when really what it is it is, you know, irradiated rods we're burying in the earth that have a half-life of 1,000,000 years. They're gonna remain, you know, radiated for that amount of time, but they're not as dangerous as you'd think because we've used the majority of the energy for powering the plants. They're not spent casings, but they're basically spent casings.
Yeah.
Like, if you picked it up and handled it barehanded, yeah, you're getting radiation, buddy. But, you know,
if you put leather gloves on and picked it up, you're not really gonna affect much.
You get radiated by things every day, but there is a difference between
Your
ionized
phone,
radiation
your TV,
and not, well, and again, there's a difference between ionized and non-ionized.
Yeah.
Your microwave, your phone, your TV is non-ionized, meaning it is non-harmful. However, there are other things that are ionized, that are harmful, i.e. the sun. There's a giant nuclear, you know, core in the sky beaming radiation at us every single day of our lives. Now it's, you know, thousands
And
of...
us building things here on Earth just weakens our protection to that.
Yep. So, yeah. You know, it is what it is. But we only have 9 minutes left, so I want to get to my last question.
Go for it.
What is your favorite cryptid / monster?
What?
Cryptid. I'm talking Mothman, I'm talking Sasquatch, I'm talking El Chupacabra, I'm talking Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, rewind there. What do you think El Chupacabra is?
The goat sucker.
El Chupacabra and the Sasquatch are the same.
No, they're not. They're two separate things. Bigfoot's a giant ape. Chupacabra is described as a dog-like creature that sneaks into people's herds and sucks the blood out of their goats. El Chupa. The suck. I was with Star when I learned about that. They made a documentary, like film, I think it was, about the Chupacabra, and its title was El Chupa. The people who made it didn't realize chupa is a verb, meaning to suck. The full name Chupacabra is goat sucker, because in Spanish the verb comes before the adjective. So yeah, they literally just named a film The Suck. White people are awesome. But yeah, what's your favorite cryptid? Wendigo, the list goes on. We're finding new ones every single day. Skinwalkers, Goatman. Things that go bump in the night.
Probably have to go Skinwalker.
Okay. Any
I
reason?
know I didn't answer that in the order, but...
Oh, no, that's fine. I was directing at you
not-
because you were...
Reasons because I fully believe in their existence.
Oh yeah.
I've
Hearing the
seen
old-
things.
Well, hearing the old Cherokee wives' tales, like, yeah.
I've, like, I don't know if you remember when we were in Boy Scouts that night that I camped with you guys and then left at like 12:30 a.m.
Yes, I remember that very vividly.
I left because at like 12:30 in the morning everyone was around the campfire and I went out into the woods to take a pee. And just saw what I thought was a dog, walked towards it, and then just saw a giant monstrosity of like
Well,
rotting flesh.
I'm going to be honest. 'Cause was that at Foster's?
Maybe?
Was that night at that was your last camping trip with us, I think.
Probably, yeah.
That night, after you left, I had an accident.
Oh,
I did not wake up to use the bathroom. And I hadn't had an accident since I was like 9.
yeah.
So that was very strange. So you saying that is kind of weird. That was the same night. So
Yeah.
again, I have no like I just woke up. I'm warm. And then yeah. Yeah, that's weird. That's crazy.
I just
But-
remember not saying anything because I knew nobody would believe me.
Oh, I would have wholeheartedly believed you back then,
I know
buddy.
you would, but nobody else would have.
I would have left with you. I would have not stuck around. Because back then, I only lived 1.5 miles from there.
Yeah.
I just got some memories flood back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember my cousin Julian's great uncle Dick?
Yeah.
His property.
Oof.
At night, there were some unexplainable sounds out there. I wish I knew who owned that property now. I'd love to go out there at night. But yeah. Star, what's your favorite cryptid? She says the mimic. I'm gonna marry her. I mean, I'm gonna marry her.
Well,
anyway.
I might actually have 3, but one, is a vampire considered a cryptid or no?
Guess.
It can be. Like, Dracula specifically, yes, but, like, vampires in general, more likely not. But yeah. I mean, if you want to say vampire, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Batman.
Who you Batman?
I mean, if it's not really considered.
No, I
one
mean, you can
besides, like,
definitely say it. I mean, you've already said it, so you might as well stick with it.
Okay, so we have vampires, then werewolves, and of course the mimic.
Yeah. The mimic's just a cool one. The Jacoby,
I don't
you
know
know.
if werewolves would really be cryptids either, though.
Well,
I just looked it up and it said
Well-
werewolves are considered
and
cryptid
here's
creatures.
the thing. Are we
Okay.
talking werewolves as in humans that turn into wolves at night? Or are we talking lycanthropes, which are humanoid wolves? So if we're talking like skinwalker wolves, hell yeah, they are cryptids. If we're
Yeah,
talking
like
humans
Yeah.
that turn into
werewolves
wolves,
that turn.
no. Well, werewolves that turn from like a human turning
Okay,
into a wolf
not-
wouldn't be a cryptid.
Okay, not a werewolf like you see in Teen Wolf, like your normal werewolf.
Yes, if
Like
it's a
what you'd see in Silver Bullet.
If it's a human turning into a werewolf, it would not be considered a cryptid. If it is a wolf turning into a humanoid wolf, or just a humanoid wolf in general, yes, I would consider that a cryptid. Because a
But I
cryptid,
guess I can't count werewolf.
no, again, I'm gonna lie you because I count a vampire. But the definition of a cryptid is a animal or entity that cannot be explained by science.
Oh.
So a man with goat hooves and goat horns walking upright would be a cryptid.
So like a satyr or a minotaur?
Yes.
Or is that just
Minotaur is a
mythical
perfect
creatures?
example of a cryptid. But here in America, those are considered skinwalkers because of Native American. And the hair on my back is standing up. Whew. I don't like talking about this. We are at time. So I'm going to say mine. Mimic. Has to be the Mimic. If you don't know what the Mimic is, look it up. Awesome story. Awesome thing. Because the Mimic's whole thing is copying people you know and people you love. You could have bumped into the Mimic in a Walmart and you would have never known because they blend in perfectly with society. That being said, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.